What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm here to talk about one called Repo Jake. It stars Dan Haggerty as an all-around jack of all trades who shows up in Los Angeles, and he's looking to kind of get established and find a job and a place to stay. Just kind of a typical new guy in town story, only it's Dan Haggerty, so it's like much more interesting than normal. He meets a girl that's like a fifth of his age, and for some reason she immediately falls in love with him. It's the stupidest thing. But anyway, she helps him get a place to stay, even though they just meet on the street. And he's like, hey, I kind of need a place to stay. And she's like, well, I know a place. Anyway, he becomes a repo agent. And of course, he's a master at it because he's like the best at everything in this movie. He ends up repoing all the jobs that like nobody else can do. He repos a helicopter. I'm not kidding. Anyway, that's pretty much the movie, is that he's a repo guy. He repos the car of a crime boss, and that kind of sparks a rivalry between them, and then that's what plays out over the rest of the movie. It's just this rivalry between Dan Haggerty and this crime boss. This movie's ridiculous. I mean, it's just everything about it is just super cheesy. Whoever made it must have had like superhero worship for Dan Haggerty, because everything in this movie he's just absolutely the best at. He's a master coxman. Every woman wants this guy. He's an expert race car driver who could have won the Indy 500 if he would have been given a chance. Yet he can barely fit inside of a car. Like when he's inside the car during the racing scenes, he looks like he's driving like a fucking like a skate or something. It's like a roller skate. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, this movie obviously is super fun. It's so dumb and it's so stupid. It's amazing that this movie got made. And again, it had to be somebody who was just like, man, I love Dan Haggerty and I just want to see him do all this awesome stuff. Like, he has this crazy relationship with, like I said, this girl that could be like his great granddaughter, and they're having this romantic dinner, and it has one of my favorite exchanges in the movie. And they're having a talk about like what he does as a repo man, and he's like, speaking of repoing cars, I have to be going. And she's like, why's that? And he goes, I have to repo a car. Maybe not everybody will think that's funny. I thought that was one of the dumbest exchanges in the history of cinema, and I loved every second of it. And this movie is filled with it. It's also got these ridiculous people that work with Dan Haggerty who pass the time by getting into these like freestyle rap battles and whatnot. It's super cringy. It's super funny. He also raids a porn shoot at one point, which is always fun. It's just a really kind of cheesy, dumb movie. It's not really an action movie, but it does have some chases, and Dan Haggerty does grab a guy by the nuts and squeeze really hard for an uncomfortably long period of time. It's got some like car race sequences in it. It's got a dirt bike chase. It's just silly, but it's super fun. I mean, I can't even hardly talk about it and keep a straight face just because it was so ridiculous, but I had a lot of fun with it. I like Dan Haggerty, don't get me wrong, but I just think it was so weird that whoever made this was just like, let's make Dan Haggerty Superman in this movie, because that's ultimately what it is. I just thought it was really cool. It's just one of those movies that if you like 80s, 90s cheese, this is a great one to check out. I don't actually know. It used to be on Amazon Prime. As of this video, I don't know if it will be by the time everybody sees it, but I do know that it's available on VHS. I would definitely check it out if you get a chance. It's wonderful. It's such a weird, absurd, just ridiculous movie. I know this review has probably been so unenlightening, but it's just a goofy movie. I had a lot of fun with it. If you want to read my full write-up of Repo Jake, you can check it out at my website, markfusion.com, along with over 1,000 other movie reviews. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Go to Patreon and get exclusive videos. $5 a month gets you access to those exclusive videos. I'm also on Letterboxd if you want to get an idea of what might be coming up on the channel. I post things there first before I make the videos, so you can at least kind of get a vague idea of what might be popping up on the channel soon. And the best thing you can do, though, like I always say, is just to hit that sub button. It's free, easy, direct way to support me and help me to continue to create content. And sorry if this review wasn't really that enlightening, but it's just a fun, goofy movie. Repo Jake, Dan Haggerty, dating like, he's like 175, and he's dating like a 19-year-old in this movie. It's amazing. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I do sincerely appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.